The kitchen was small, warm, and too bright for the hour, but neither of them cared. They had decided to cook together for the first time, something simple, something fun, something that was supposed to take 30 minutes and had already stretched past an hour because they couldn't stop getting distracted by each other. She stood at the counter chopping vegetables, pretending to focus, while he hovered behind her, helping, though he clearly enjoyed getting close more than preparing food. Every few seconds he brushed against her purposely, his hand on her waist, his chin resting on her shoulder, his breath warm against her neck. She pretended to be annoyed, but the smile she kept trying to hide gave her away. "Careful," he murmured, taking the knife from her gently. "You're going to cut yourself." "Maybe if someone didn't keep distracting me," she teased, nudging him with her elbow. He grinned and kissed her cheek, quick, soft, enough to make her heart stumble. She turned toward him, meaning to say something witty, but the look in his eyes made her forget the words. He leaned in slowly, giving her time to pull away. She didn't. Their lips met, slow at first, then deeper as she slid her hands up his chest. The pan on the stove hissed loudly, reminding them they were supposed to be cooking, not melting into each other. They broke apart laughing, breathless, cheeks warm. He grabbed the spatula, she stirred the pot, but neither could stay focused. He dipped a spoon into the sauce and held it to her lips. "Taste." She tasted it, then kissed him again, laughing into the kiss. "Need salt," she whispered against his mouth. He wrapped his arms around her from behind while she stirred the ingredients, his lips brushing her neck in light, teasing passes that made her shiver. She leaned back into him, letting her head rest against his shoulder. His hands moved over her hips, slow and warm, not rushing anything, just holding her like she belonged there. "You know," she said softly, "we're never going to finish cooking like this." He kissed the back of her shoulder. "I'm okay with that." But they did finish eventually, mostly because the food was moments from burning. They plated the meal, sat at the tiny table, and ate while bumping knees and sharing shy smiles that weren't really shy at all. After dinner, he pulled her close again, fingers sliding gently under her chin. "Next time," he whispered, kissing her slowly, deliberately. "We start with the kissing, and cook later." They never did figure out whether the recipe was good. But the night? Perfect. They didn't move to the living room right away. The kitchen still held them, filled with the smell of food and something warmer that had nothing to do with the stove. She leaned against the counter while he washed the dishes, sleeves rolled up, stealing glances at her like he wasn't done yet. Every time their eyes met, there was that same quiet pull, unspoken, steady. When he finished, he dried his hands slowly, deliberately, as if giving the moment time to stretch. He stepped closer, close enough that she could feel the warmth of him without being touched. She smiled first, then reached for him, fingers hooking lightly into his shirt. The kiss that followed was slower than before, deeper, less playful and more certain. The kind that doesn't rush because it knows it has time. They laughed softly when a dish clinked somewhere behind them, breaking the intensity just enough to keep it light. He brushed a strand of hair away from her face, thumb lingering at her jaw. She closed her eyes for a moment, enjoying the stillness, the way intimacy could exist without needing to escalate. Eventually, they carried their plates to the sink and turned off the lights, leaving the kitchen dim and quiet. As they walked away together, his hand found hers naturally, fingers interlacing without thought. The evening didn't need a dramatic ending. It had already given them what it promised: connection, warmth, and the comfort of being fully present with someone who felt like home. Some nights aren't about what happens next. They're about how easily you stay.